Good morning, good morning. Hey y'all, hey beautifuls. Is anybody hip to Wet n Wild's little lip crayons? Wet n Wild Velvet Matte Lip Color. And it's like a lip crayon. I got like this little brown shade called Toffee Frappe. It was half off, so why not? And Wet n Wild is already cheap, so shit, if you can get something for $2 or $1 or something, why not? Wet n Wild be killing them, y'all. Don't, a lot of times, we like to buy cosmetics and go on Sephora and Ulta, and well, Ulta sells Wet n Wild, but if you can get some good products for a little or nothing, why not? All you're gonna do is wash it off, put it on, keep it on for a couple hours, wash it off. Now, if it's, so it's whatever you like, All right. So anyway, it's like a, just a stick. And it's just a little nudie color. I love my nudes, so. And then I got this CoverGirl lip liner in caramel nude. So let's just see how this compares. The only thing is that in most drugstores or, like grocery stores or wherever that sells cosmetics, you can't swatch. So it's like, that's kind of what's more fun about makeup shopping. If you go in Sephora or Ulta, you can kind of play around, see what you're buying beforehand. These damn lip liners, y'all, they make sure you can't get into these things. But, if you're grabbing something that you just want to try real quick, I guess you're only spending a couple dollars, so. But I know, like, Rite Aid and Walgreens, like, if you can take cosmetics back. So, oh, CoverGirl lip liner crayon. But look at how it's, like, slanted. And it's kind of thicker. You see how thick that is? Huh. And I don't want it to break off. Oh, look at y'all. That is a good match. Look at that. Ain't that a good match? I mean, this, the liner is a little bit darker, but that's not bad. Well, wait a minute. Well, yeah. They're definitely different shades, but that's not too far off, so we'll see. We'll see how the eye look turns out, because y'all know I try to do some shit and then it turns into something else. So anyway, y'all, okay, so happy Monday. What's going on? Need to stretch. Y'all, don't underestimate stretching. When y'all stretch and you really feel loosened up, you feel good. Whew. So what's going on, beautifuls? What is going on? A lot, huh? A lot. So if we are talking, and you guys, when I say like the little 10-minute things or whatever updates, because a lot of people say my videos are long and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Because when I start watching, as I'm watching other people's videos and trying to see what's going on and stuff, it's always an hour here, 45 minutes, 3 hours, and I'm like, shit. It's like, damn, and next thing you know, the whole day is gone and whatever. So I'm thinking like, and then I have had just a couple comments about the length of my videos. So I'm like, well, especially if it's something we've already talked about, or, just new information is being added or something like that. I'm like, well, we don't got to go through everything. Why don't we just do, a couple little 10, 15-minute updates, just give our little viewpoint on it and just, have a conversation about, what's going on. So, but So I appreciate you, honey, that she was like, girl, stop saying 10-minute updates. I don't care. Just give us all the tea. But those 10-minute things are mostly for like if it's a subject like we talk about Mona, we talking about the drama and shit like that. So if it's like something new happened and I'm just coming on here really quick like y'all, whatever, and it's like that sort of thing. So that is that. So yeah, so something new happened. So Mr. Wiley and VS was on the phone with each other on Wiley's show, and basically just while Phi Babe was live last night. So Sean went live last night to clear April's name, and I did not hear when Phi Babe said that about April, so wasn't aware of that. Um, and I don't know how I missed it because I saw when Sean said, April has been lied on this night. So I don't know how I missed that, but anyway, so 5A basically has said that April was the one who had took the pictures or something like that of VS. And he was like, look, it's a detective, blah, blah, blah. So he went and cleared that up or whatever. And she was just saying she came back on live like, look, I'm not lying. Like, she sent me these pictures. Now, if she didn't take them, that's on her, but she the one sent them to me. So, she's leading me to believe that her or somebody she know is who's taking these pictures or whatever. So it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. So she basically came back on after Sean got off. Then Sean came back on after she got off again. And what did I tell y'all? You gotta watch. These people are falling out. But, and now Sean has he said him and Tracy ain't friends. He don't know her phone number. He don't know her email address. So just, I'm just throwing that out there. But Sean did say, he's like, basically, he did make a video, when he was saying he said the war is over. He said, just could y'all please, I'm cool with everybody. I don't got no beef with nobody, but could y'all just please leave me out of y'all videos and what y'all got going on? He said, I'm over here doing my thing. I don't, what y'all doing is what y'all doing. And he just basically said, because at that point, all 5 Babe talked about was VS. Like, every time she did something, made a video, whatever, it was always VS, VS, VS. And so he's basically like, look, I'm over it. I'm handling my shit off of YouTube. I don't, care nothing about what she got going on. I'm not going to talk about nothing she got going on. Even though he does still watch. Now, this is what I found interesting, but he did say that people were telling him. So he said that he did not watch 5 Babe's first live. He didn't watch it. He said he didn't watch it because of what people were telling him. Basically, he said, because he was saying he was going to watch it. He was on his way home. He was on the road, and he was telling people, like, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. But then, some of the information that was coming, he was like, you know what? It's not even worth it. I'm not going to watch it. Just fuck it or whatever. And so he didn't watch it. So that's crazy how I need to be wiping my camera off before I come on here, because I was looking real cloudy and I didn't know why. So anyway, I'm changing the lighting and opened up and all this stuff because I'm thinking that's messed up. And I'm sorry, and I digress because, but just real quick, when you are looking at something blurry like that can really fuck with your eyes, because your eyes adjust to whatever you're focusing on. So if I'm looking at this blurry ass screen all the time, then it's gonna fuck with me. So anyway, So yeah, but because he had said a couple things that Five Babe said in her video, and I was like, well, if he didn't watch it, then how does he know? But then he did afterwards say, people had told him or whatever. So, but see, this is the thing about watching it yourself, because some people were wrong in what they said. Like, one person on there was like, she wouldn't tell who the photo came from, and she did say who the photo came from. So, I mean, people don't always relay the right information either, but whatever. It is what it is. So anyway, they just basically went back and forth. One went live. Five Babe said if somebody make a video about her and, whatever, she is definitely going to respond. They done woke up the dragon. She is done with all the fake shit, all the behind the scenes, and, not knowing who to trust. Y'all want to call people when it's cool. Because I can understand Sean's point. Like, how the fuck you gonna get mad? That's like almost like that's what Mona said Sweet Ma was mad at her for. Mona said Sweet Ma was mad at her because she missed a phone call. And that sounds so childish and juvenile, but that wasn't the reason Sweet Ma was upset. It's just the fact that she did try to contact her offline before she came to YouTube, which is the same thing with Five Babe and On Site April, is that Five Babe did try to contact On Site April. When information came out, she tried to talk to her first, but she couldn't get a hold of her. So she fuck it. She gonna put it out here and shit. Hope you see it when you see it. So, fuck it. If we can't squash it offline, then I'll just, put it out there, and you will know how I feel, and you ain't even got to contact me at all. But I can understand, because Five Babe is right that On Site April was in everybody's live, and it wasn't just only, she was just only supporting the ponytail challenge over on Rita's channel. It's that she was in Sean's, over in Rita's, she's over here, she was everywhere. So it's yeah, if you can be in all these chats and all of this stuff, why can't you answer the phone? Especially if I'm calling you multiple times. It's we don't even talk that much or whatever, but I'm calling you multiple times, and I text you even to let you know, I need to talk to you, and but nothing, it's just I don't get no response. So it's so I understand what she was saying, or why she would feel the way she felt about that, because it's I understand if you was just somewhere and you just busy and you can't answer the fucking phone, but if I'm trying to get a hold of you and I see you all over online, that's just the same shit, on Facebook. You trying to call somebody or text somebody, they're not answering you, but you see them all on Facebook making posts. And I mean, people are grown. They can do what they want to do. Don't nobody have to respond to you or answer their phone if they don't want to, but it's just when they got something to do with it's an issue and you trying to clear up the issue or whatever, you can't get mad at how people express themselves when they do choose to take another route, because they did try to contact you first. So it's I did try to contact you. I did come to you first. April was saying she didn't get the calls, so it is what it is. It can go back and forth forever. Any of this type of shit can go back and forth. This person can say this, this person can say that, and it can just go back and back and back. You know what I'm saying? But, the truth, and that's where receipts come in, and that's where people feel like they have to show things and prove things, because this person will say this, and then this person will come back and say this, and it's nah, bitch, and here this go. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just like On Site April, she said that she asked Mona for proof before she fell back. She's and so, so that just proves that April was ignoring her phone calls on purpose. because she got that information. So she wasn't fucking with Fi Babe no more. But as you know, Fi Babe did try to contact her. So it's like, both of them, on site April said, well, she could have just let me know and I'd have left her alone. And then Fi Babe is saying, I was trying to contact you, but you wasn't answering. And then on site April was saying, like, I was told this. I asked for proof. She gave me the proof. I fell back. And it's like, well, I was trying to, and she was like, well, she could, so Fi Baby is saying, well, she could have, why didn't you call me when Mona did that, or Mona said that, or blah, 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 whatever. Why didn't you check in with me? Why didn't you let me know? So, I mean, either way, both of them could have had this conversation offline. Okay. They both could have had the conversation offline. I feel like Mona was trying to, is branching out, trying to build other alliances. That's what I felt like, because she had been talking about Fi Babe to Heidi. She had been already talking about Fi Babe multiple times, okay? She's talking about her multiple times to multiple people, and now she's trying to cause a division. I wouldn't be surprised if Mona told Tracy something about Fi Babe. I would not, because even on that phone call, she told Tracy, I can't tell you what to do, Tracy, or who to be cool with, but I would be careful. Because so she told Tracy that on that phone call, when Tracy, after Fi Babe got off the phone, and it was her and Mona called in. So, if she said that in public eye, I wouldn't be surprised, just like same thing with On-Site April. She wants to send On-Site April whatever she sent her, right? Okay, so it's just like, to me, I feel like this is Mona's fault. Same shit what happened, what Mona did when her and Sweet Mouth fell out. You know what I'm saying? She's over there trying to get to Maryland to get Maryland to basically she was trying to get multiple people to see what Sweet Mouth is saying, trying to get dirt on Sweet Mouth so she can have a reason to say what she really want to say about her. So I feel like this is Mona, y'all. I mean, people gonna say because I don't like Mona anyway, so, and if you feel like that way, I understand, because I don't like her, and I'm just gonna say that, and it's just built up, and it don't got shit to do with, I don't need to know her personally, you know what I'm saying? She has showed herself, she showed us all who she is, you know what I'm saying? She has showed you it's not about proving anything, because she herself has confirmed a lot of the stuff. It's just that she puts her own, she tries to find a way to justify it. So, I mean, she hasn't denied the money claims and the fallout claims and all of this other different shit, She hasn't. She just puts a way to justify it or whatever. And, those people were in on it with her together. A lot of these people that were in her camp and are no longer with her, they were in that shit with her together. That's why ain't no true receipts came out, because they're also going to implicate themselves. And that's what I feel. But that's neither here nor there either, because I don't know that for sure. But I'm just giving my opinion on what I think, because it's like, just like Mona, we still ain't seen her receipts that she claimed she had on Sweet Mouth. Why? It's because it would show that she is the one who started it. She's the one who reached out, and basically she got a response. She finally got somebody to flip, and she got a response. Y'all, when you're using a stick foundation, or any foundation really, but if you're using a stick foundation, just spray your face with any of your little setting sprays or whatever, or refresher sprays, and that'll slick it up just a little bit so it's easier to blend. But yeah, y'all, so I feel like this is Mona's doing. That's what I feel like. I know Tracy don't like On-Site April, but she likes Mona. But I think Mona had been working behind the scenes trying to get information to see, because you know Five Babe did shade her and she admitted to shading her. She never said she didn't, because that distinctly Dree or whatever, like, she was being real disrespectful in Five Babe's chat. And you know, I just feel like if somebody was on her channel coming at her like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, if you ask questions, ask whatever the fuck you want, but it's a way to do it, and you don't have to be disrespectful or condescending when you're doing it, and then hair still not combed. Like, girl, like, who are you? I mean, I just don't like when people just feel like they just all up here, or they got this sedity ass attitude or whatever, like they are just so high and mighty or whatever, like when you ain't shit, really, for real. Like, who are you that you can just, maybe she ain't feel like combing her fucking hair. It is. And then on top of that, what do you mean her hair still ain't combed? Because it's not done like in a style, just because she just got it sitting on top of her head. What are you gonna say about natural people who just walk around and fucking, I just seen all these pictures of like celebrities with natural hair, and Brandy shit looked like it just was like a fucking kitchen mop. You know what I'm saying? Just a nappy ass part right here, and it's just like matted and stuff or whatever. So, I mean, people do wear their hair that way. It's their prerogative. Like, it's her head. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? And I understand a lot of people are coming at Five Babe and feel like, you know, she's like losing traction, or, you know, whatever. You know, Wiley was just over there. They was talking about it. Him and VS was over there, and they just like, ooh, she look like this, this, and that, and you know, she wants the money, and she's mad because ain't nobody donating. But you know, so that's their theory over there. And you know, I mean, she does need financial help. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that she filed for bankruptcy, and it's like, so what? So what? Do you look up the statistics? Sean, didn't he say something about bankruptcy? I'm looking into filing bankruptcy so I can just, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I just turned 40. I want my career. I'm doing all this shit. Like, it's all this shit that this year right here is going to be the year that I like refresh. You know what I'm saying? So the next half of my year is mine, and the way that I wanted to fucking go. You know what I'm saying? Because the first part of the first half of my life was all about, you know, what's best for other people. This second half is going to be about what's best for me. You know? And I mean, that's just what it is. She has a daughter. I don't know what she's been through or had to deal with or anything for her to, like, you know, just take care of home. People have issues, you know, people have problems. People have to learn things on their own. You know, I mean, people have to understand when you are talking and speaking on a public platform, it's like, do you know that a lot of the people that you are talking to or putting this information out there to are probably going through some of the same things that you are making light of and you are talking about in a negative manner? You know, and then the people who are talking about it, it's just like, you really don't look like you got that great of a life. You don't really look like you got the big nice house on the hill with the beautiful cars in the driveway. And you know, it's just, I don't see that from none of these people. I don't give a fuck who it is. Like, I don't see none of these people on here with no big ass, nice ass, like, house on the hills. You got a couple acres, you know what I'm saying? You got a nice in-ground pool and, you know what I'm saying? Backyard, damn deck park damn near. You know, you got you a nice SUV and then your little Sunday car, and then maybe you got something sportier. Like, I don't see that. I don't see like the separate closets and beauty rooms that something like I want to have. Like, I don't see that with none of these people that are talking like they are just above. You know what I'm saying? But yet, a lot of these people just want to nitpick, and I don't like when people do that about financial shit, because everybody goes through some shit at some time. Now, if you've already been through your shit and right now you want to even keel and you doing well and you got financial freedom now and you good, good for you. Great. Awesome. But for those who are still working their way through their journey, and for you to like try to make light of that or try to like down them because that's where they are in life, like I can't respect that. I just can't respect it. I can't respect people that make light of people who thought that they could trust somebody or thought that they had a friend in somebody, whether if you real life friends or not. It's like, I thought we were cool. I thought we were like on, kind of like the same, we were fighting for the same cause. I thought like we was here. And then come to find out you really felt like me, felt like this about me all this time, And so, yeah, you will be a little bit hurt because it's like, damn, who can you trust? Can you trust anybody? You know? And then, I mean, and that's the thing, that's the, like, one of the main problems I have with this whole situation with everybody that's involved is because what they are showing people out here in the public is that, it really nobody can be fucking trusted. None of these people can be trusted because they all got hidden agendas. They all got, thoughts in the background, in the back of their head and thinking, different shit or whatever other than what they are actually saying. And so many on here will talk about how real of a bitch. I'm a real bitch. I'm a real bitch. But are you really? Are you really? Are you really? Because if you were and you really don't give a fuck, then you would probably voice that to the actual person that it applies to, not somebody else. Because a lot of these separate ass conversations that go on about people, and it's like, these people are so real. They so real of a bitch, and they just don't give a fuck so much. But it's like they can't even tell the people, they can't tell a person directly how the fuck they feel about them. So, I mean, that's what makes you real. See, people fuck up what makes you real. What makes you real is when you can say what the fuck you said mean to whoever and not give a fuck. It doesn't mean that because you can point out somebody's faults, anybody can talk about another person. That's nothing. Anybody can talk about another person. So, and I mean that to say, like, a lot of people will say, like when they sit up here, like y'all might say something about me, you say something about me, but you're not saying it to me, you're pointing it out, saying it out loud, but you're not having no separate conversation with me personally or nothing. It's like you can talk about a person and talk about their faults and stuff, and that makes you real. That doesn't make you real. Because you can talk some shit about somebody. What makes you real is when you can tell that person, like, you didn't have a conversation and it's like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? That's not, we not on the same page. Or, I'm just going I don't want to be involved in that. You don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be mean. None of that. But real, that's what real is. Real is telling a person directly your issues with them. Not telling the world. Not going making a video speaking about it. Not going and telling a mutual person that y'all know. But telling them directly. Now, do you have to? No, you ain't got to do shit. You don't got to do shit. But would that be ideal? Of course it would. It would, of course, it would be ideal. And so these people really got the meaning of real fucked up. They feel like because they can go on here and say, I don't give a fuck. I tell the truth. I ain't gotta lie. I said this, and that. I don't gotta tell nobody nothing. No, you don't gotta tell nobody nothing, but then don't talk about how real you are either when you can't tell a motherfucker how you really feel. If you can't tell nobody how you really feel, then what are you doing? Like, how are you real? You know? Everybody plays people for what purpose and what benefit they can get from them at that moment. And that's what a lot of this is. A lot of this is people align themselves, or they allowed people to, kind of feel like they were accepted, feel like they were liked, as long as they were benefiting from them. Even if it's benefiting to where they're just keeping their mouth closed. You know what I'm saying? Because benefiting isn't always financial. Benefiting isn't always, isn't benefiting from a person isn't always about financial help, or, what you're doing for them. You're doing something physically, like giving them something or telling them something, helping them with something. It can simply mean they're just not opening their mouth talking about what they know. That can be beneficial. Because if you let people know something, and then they go and start talking about it, of course, that can fuck up what you got going on. So you can allow a person to feel accepted and, cared for, or, friendly or whatever, just so that they don't open their mouth and tell your business, or just tell the plan, or whatever it is. So that's what I feel like a lot of these people, what a lot of this shit is going on here. A lot of these situations are similar. You just see them just play out the same way. We sit there, we watch Mona's shit, right? We watch Mona's stuff. And all it is just people who just, got tired, or just started to see for themselves that people really didn't give a fuck about them. That's all it's about. Because over time, because it's all about behavior. It doesn't have to be any direct act of any kind or any direct conversation. It's all about behavior. See, behavior is what draws people to you. Behavior is what builds relationships. It's not necessarily about what's being said. Just think about if you meet a person, right? You meet a person and y'all might have a mutual liking for each other, right? And that's all fine and good. But what do you build that bond off of? Because y'all can have conversations all day long, but it is the behavior behind the conversation. Because words are just only words without the feeling, or without, the action behind it. Words are just words. But, a person can say anything, but if they make you feel like what they're telling you, then that's when some meaning comes into it. So it's the behavior behind the words. It's the behavior, it's the action behind is what, creates that closeness. And so when you see that behavior starts to change, that's when a problem forms, right? It's any type of relationship. You and your dude, y'all are cool, and, he can say a whole lot of shit or whatever, but it's about that behavior. If a person is constantly telling you that they care about you and they love you and you are this, and that to them, right? But then, you barely see them anymore, and you're not seeing them anymore. They're always wherever the fuck they at, right? You know, and when they see you or they talk to you, no, babe, no, I'm just busy, or, you know, just got shit going on, or I'm just doing this and that, right? But then, you know, just stuff just don't seem the same. The action is not the same, right? So that's just all this is. People want to ask the questions, what did such and such do? You know, what did a person do? What did they say? It none of that means nothing. It's the action behind it is what means something. Okay, a person can say anything, but if they're not treating you the same, that's when you start to notice the difference. And that's what is happening here. And then you'll start to hear little shit coming out here and there. You know, then you might start to hear, you know, little, you know, you got those little side remarks and little shade is being thrown and all of that shit, you know. So that, I mean, that's just what it is. And that is what's going on. And Wiley is over there cracking the fuck up. He cracking the fuck up. He is telling VS that, you know, she needs to go look into filing a case because these people are taking pictures of her, following her kid, you know, stalking and all of this stuff. They're posting the pictures that they have showing that it's really been done. You know, showing a person was right behind them, right up on them. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, you know, she could have got hurt and not even, you know, she's in danger. Shit, people are like right there behind her that don't like her or they got this vendetta against her and she don't even know. So, I mean, all they're doing is just, you know, making her into the victim. You know, while they're screaming victim and saying all these fucked up things that she did to them, they're making her into a victim. You just gotta look. A lot of this shit is the same as previous situations, you know. Mona did this shit to Sweet Mom. She is starting this shit because that situation is over. See, Mona wants her name to keep being in the drama. She wants her name to be floating around because that is where she gets her clicks and views from. She is now crying about her channel going down, you know. Now she's stated that, you know, she's 6 figures. Now she makes $100,000 from her job, but she can't work. So everybody makes 6 figures. Everybody makes 6 figures, but y'all all on here with GoFundMes. And I want to tell y'all something because Wiley is over there talking about, you know, it's money, money, money. And these people who donate and stuff. And I'm almost glad that my video didn't post yesterday. The first one the middle one that I was posting that wouldn't upload. Because I was like in tears in that video talking about Rita ass. Every time I talk about Rita, she make me cry, y'all. But talking about Rita's, but because when I was in her chat, when we went over there on Saturday, when we went over there to see what was going on. You know, somebody in her chat had asked me, could she donate? And I said she didn't have to do that. You know, I do have a Cash App. I have since because multiple people have asked. And so I have put it on my platform. But I just want to say, because I was almost, y'all made me cry again. I was almost in tears because I'm like, there are some awesome people out here in this world. Okay? Every time I get on this bitch, I ain't going to be crying. So listen. It's just that when you see so much ugliness, and you have people who may have that little extra or who may just want to give, to help, to push something along a little bit faster, and you guys make that shit so fucking ugly. So fucking ugly. Like, just make it an ugly thing. And you got people out here that are so awesome and nice and beautiful people and just want to do something. Just want to do something. But you know, you almost make it like it's something ugly, and you make people scared to even trust that what you're saying is true. I just can't respect it. I cannot respect it. I cannot respect it. You know what I'm saying? There is power in the tongue. There is power in numbers. There is power in love. But y'all giving power to the wrong shit. Y'all giving power to the wrong shit. You're giving power to the dollar. You're giving power to the dollar. And yes, we all needed to live. Yes. I was just telling my son, like, you know, like, I got my last check that I got from work since I got laid off. I've been laid off now for a month. I'm to the point now, because my car went down and shit, I have to go cash that check. I got to go ahead and go on and cash it. Okay? That's scary. That's scary to me, because it's like, I've been doing okay. Shit been cool. But of course, something happened. You know, I was thinking maybe 2 months. I can go 2 months without cashing. But no, I'm to the point now where I just need to go ahead, because if I go over, I'm going to need it. But it's just like, when you got people who make shit so fucking ugly, something so beautiful, so ugly, like, why? What do y'all get out of that? Like, what do you get out of making something that can be so beautiful and so nice? You got people out here who want to help the people that they like and that they support. You got people out here that recognize other good people. They recognize, you know, Rita is this genuine ass person. She just a regular ass mother. You know, she don't got it all like that. She's not claiming to be rich or claiming to be nothing. She's not, but she'll get on here and she'll help a person if she can. How can y'all make something so beautiful so ugly? I just don't understand it. And it's just like, you know, giving power to the dollar. Give power to love. Why can't love get that power? Because if you notice, love is what makes the world go round. Because if it wasn't for love, this world would have been in shambles. It would have been gone. It would have been to, God would have been like, hey, look, you know what? I'm done. But no, because love does make the world go round. There are still good, awesome people in this world. And regardless of all the evil, you know, there's still going to be people out here who are going to do the right thing. And to try to take that away from them, to try to make it ugly, to try to make it like, you know, you can't trust anybody anymore, you know, that's a horrible thing. But you know what? It won't last forever, y'all. I mean, I know it seems like that this shit is going on, and it's never ending. And every time something dies down, it's like something else pops up. Trust me when I say, it'll always be some shit pop off. But it's going to be with different people. It's not always going to be the same people. It's not always going to be with the same people, because people like that don't last. They don't last. They get they lick and they get the fuck on. They'll keep doing what they do until it don't work no more, and then they'll go on to the next. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. They'll go on to the next lick. They always looking for the next lick. That's just people. That's just con artists. That's just evil. But you can only hit a lick on the same platform for so long. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just Mona. It's multiple people. It's, you know, all these people. All of this shit. And you support who you want to support. You watch who you want to watch. You go where you want to go. And you donate to who you want to donate to. If it's on your heart, it's on your heart. And that's what you follow. You follow your heart, because when your heart is speaking to you, that is God speaking to you. Okay? When your conscience is speaking to you, that is God speaking to you. So when a person says, God told me this, it's not because they heard his voice talking. It's because of that enormous feeling that they got. It's just that undeniable, you can't ignore it type of feeling in their gut, in their heart. That's why they say that. That's why they say that. You know, don't let nobody take away your joy. Don't let anybody take away your good intent. Don't let anybody take away that, you know, that good spirit that you have in you to do for others. Because God works through people. See, that's the thing, is God works through people. There's nobody on here that can take control of or take credit for what God does. There's nobody on here that can do that. They can talk about it, they can act like it, but you cannot listen. What God does is what God does. You can't take credit for what God does and what God puts on people's heart. Okay? You can't. Nobody can. So y'all need to stop giving these people all that power, making them feel like they got this, you know, they got this control that they don't have. You know, y'all giving too much power to people, too much power to situations, too much power to a dollar. Give that power to love. Give that power to love. And you see how it works. You watch love work. It ain't nothing. Can't nobody compare to how love works. What? Love is why this world keeps going around. Love is what, love is the emotion that God created. And I'm not trying to preach or nothing like that, because trust me, I ain't been to church in I don't know how long. But, you know, I truly feel like love is the emotion that God created to express his feelings for us. When he created us, he created the emotion love. Because that's the emotion that he created to express his love for us. And that's the only reason why this world is still turning. Is because of his love for us. It don't got shit to do with nobody's chat or GoFundMe or nothing like that. It's all God. And can't nobody take credit of that. Oh my God, y'all. This girl. Bye-bye, y'all. Let me answer her.